Community Action News with Rick Godley, CAN. Remember, when you can't, maybe together we can. Community Action News, CAN.
RickTok.
All right, we're talking with Carol Trumbold. Carol Trumbold, active and involved because she's here and a volunteer of 5 Loaves, 2 Fish Ministry. We're at Grace Bible Baptist Church on Rough Edge Road here in Ruston. And Carol, when did you first get the phone call or the idea from Julie about, you know what, I think we need to do this in Lincoln Parish, and what was your reaction?
Well, I first heard about it just in hallways, if you will. People talking about it. There were starting to be murmurs, and the murmurs got louder, and I thought that's really something I'd like to be a part of. I've always felt, a tug of my heart for the hungry and those people who are not fed enough, don't get enough to eat. Mm-hmm. And so I talked to Julie. Julie was eager for volunteers and help, and my background is in business management and executive management, and so Julie and I really work well together because I can, and I'm also the treasurer for 5 Loaves, 2 Fish Ministry, so I can take care of things like accounting, organizing, helped get the organization started as a 501c3, filing all the documents. So this is the less glamorous part of being a mission. And so then we got to a point after we did our pilot studies, and I did some of the research with the United Way data from the 2020 census, where we could actually start going out in the community and feeding people. That's what really got me interested in continuing this for the long term.
We talked with Julie and she mentioned the term ALICE, which is an acronym.
Yes.
Do you know what that stands for?
Yes, Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed.
And to stop right there, because sometimes when we think somebody who's hungry is that they're unemployed, no, these people are employed, they are working, but they are falling below the poverty line because their assets are limited. And it's 64% is what she said in Lincoln Parish.
That's correct.
That's hard to believe.
That was a little higher because of the pandemic, but it's always been at least 55% in Lincoln Parish. And a lot of these people are actually working 2 incomes. I also volunteer, a long-time volunteer at CCA, so I've seen it from various perspectives.
Right. Well, hold that thought too, because I got introduced to the summertime rush that CCA, and not only CCA, every food pantry in the United States of America, they get rocked and socked in the summertime.
That's exactly
and I don't know if it's because I always was raised thinking, well, if it's cold, people got to be hungry. Hunger knows no season. So explain that at CCA. I think it's the Rotary of Lincoln Parish does a 10,000 can campaign.
That's correct.
To raise and to stock the shelf from the bottom up. And
do you want to say something to Mr. Godley?
Something to say? Oh, okay.
Well, you're on the radio here.
No, we're going to be on
TV.
RickTok.
Ethan helped set up this at Grace Bible Baptist. He's a member here. He goes to I.A. Lewis School. And so we appreciate your volunteerism. We just want more folks like you to come out and help us.
Well, okay, back to the stocking the shelves of summertime. Summertime, because a lot of the families that are food insecure depend upon the school system to feed their children. And when there is no school, that's when CCA gets hit.
Correct. And the backpack program is a terrific program and supported throughout the community. But it really doesn't last Saturday and Sunday. When there are 3 days, 3-day weekends, it doesn't even last through there.
Explain that backpack, because we're talking to people who may not know what you're talking about.
Well, the food bank and various organizations, civic groups, churches throughout Lincoln Parish help prepare those backpacks that are given to students. I believe it's up to the 8th grade, maybe it's the 6th grade in Lincoln Parish, who have been identified as those who might need some extra food. Mm-hmm. So on Friday, church volunteers deliver those backpacks to the schools for distribution, and the students carry them home for their families. So the last food event that we had, we decided to do on a 3-day weekend, figuring backpacks were depleted by then. Mm-hmm. And so the Springs Church helped us put on one for Monday evening from 5 to 6. kind of kick off, get the kids nourished to get back to school.
Right.
So
right. And all right, yeah, we got people coming in here now. And so this is all right. Let's brag on the spirit.
Gets one of those every Thursday or Friday. He gets a bag of food.
And does he eat it on the school bus, or does he save it for the weekend?
Well, he eats some of it on the school bus sometimes, but then sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah. So it disappears, doesn't it? Well, thanks,
again,
Ethan.
What you're saying though, it just quantifies the need, and
right.
for all the great things that we have in Lincoln Parish and the quote-unquote affluence, we have tremendous need.
That's right.
It seems to go unrecognized, and I will say this too: the 5 Loaves and 2 Fish Ministry at Ruston. You have some great organisms like the CCA, the Christian Community. I love this word, action, not just beliefs, action. And then the Humanitarian Enterprises of Lincoln Parish, they do the Meals on Wheels. And so you would think, and who knows whoever else is out there feeding the people, that there's still need, but there is.
Oh, yeah. And help and the Council on Aging really help with the seniors, and the school program is great for the backpack students. There's a whole group of people between 18 and 65 who need help, and they're often working 2 jobs to bring home to their families. So
all right, well, let's get visionary on this right now. A little bit of inspiration, because you're doing the perspiration. That the goal is to get mobile. So we appreciate all of the locations, the Greenwood Recreation Center, Grace Bible Church, but you envision a food truck that will actually be able to go anywhere, everywhere.
That's correct, because we want to serve all of Lincoln Parish, not just Ruston. Mm-hmm. So we want to be in Simsboro, Grambling, Shudrant, Dubach, and Ruston. And the best way and the most convenient and efficient way to do that is to transport our food and our supplies with a food trailer. And we've had some estimates for the cost of a food trailer.
Okay.
It'll be anywhere from $26,000 to $30,000. We're beginning fundraising efforts for that. And of course, every dollar we get just feeds more people, whether it's helping with the truck so that we can get to the different communities that are not currently being served. Mm-hmm. They don't have a way sometimes to get to Christian community action, or I'm not sure if Meals on Wheels are delivered throughout the parish. So it's a vital part of our mission to be able to be on wheels.
Well, so if you're so led, you can get in touch with Carol on the Facebook, by the way, and all contributions are tax deductible if that means something to you, and it does to some. But if you just want to give and make it happen, let's make it happen, right?
That's right. Thanks. It's 5 Loaves, 2 Fish Ministry Ruston on Facebook. Thanks, Rick.
Community Action News with Rick Godley, CAN. Remember, when you can't, maybe together we can. Community Action News, CAN.
RickTok.